Okay, we're live. Welcome to the premiere episode of Cinema Enima, the cast where we're going to cover two movies a week, followed by some Game of Thrones talk, or some talk in general about something that's hip and happening. But the first week, this very first episode, the two movies we are going to cover are Moonrise Kingdom and Shutter Island. Ooh, scary.
Ah,
I think first off we're going to talk about Moonrise Kingdom, just because I put it first in the title sequence,
makes sense.
uh, and I don't want to change it. Uh, I I think we should start out each of these, just by giving our quick out of 10 rating.
Who wants to go first?
I'll
All
go
right,
7.
7 out of 10. I'll go 8. 8 out of 10.
I'd say 7, maybe 7.5.
Uh, did you? I mean, what was your big hang up on the movie?
Okay, so for me, it wasn't. It's really difficult for me to rate it as an overall movie because it's a movie in a genre that I rarely see. As
You
such, I
mean
feel
you
like,
mean a genre that's not comedy?
well, I mean, like that's a coming of age movie, and I have probably seen one in my life. Um, I actually really enjoyed it. I like the art style it was filmed in. I like the story. I like the. I usually hate children, but I really like the way these children acted.
Yeah,
Um,
the children were they were pretty good actors. I mean, and I hate child movies. Like I hate children actors. But I mean, they did it. They did a good job of being children on TV.
yeah,
It
I
seems
guess
like
that's it.
they.
Maybe. Oh,
Good.
sorry. Continue.
You're good. You're good.
Um, it seemed like maybe they they didn't act like children would in our world, but they acted like quirky individuals. It, I can't think of the right way to word it. I apologize. Um, they're like
They definitely are the black sheeps of their respective groups.
Yeah,
they're
they
fitting weird for the rest of that world. That's how I'll put it.
they came off to me like they had a hint of like Asperger's or something, and the two of them knew it. Like they
I
called to each
definitely,
other.
I definitely think the girl uh, had some mild form of something. I'm not gonna say put just random names out there of diseases, but I feel like she had a mild form of something. The boy, I feel like he was just troubled about his life and his
His,
his mentorship.
his parents dying.
Yeah, I feel like him. It was more of a just a lack of someone being there for him. He ended up being so quirky.
That's understandable.
What do you guys mean when you say quirky? Because I thought it meant something completely different.
Just
Peculiar,
weird or
odd.
odd, peculiar. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought it meant like happy, kind of like weird in like a pleasant way. Okay, I'm sorry. I've been thinking this wrong my entire life.
Well, I know I was reading into it, and apparently a lot of the movie is shot in a way to make you feel like a kid watching it, from like the music they choose. I can't remember what they did to it or like specifically what it was they chose, but it has very specific childlike sounds to it. With
hmm
a lot of the way the scenes are shot, um, things are seen as a kid would see them. Like with the tree house that they built, they put this pretty big tree house at the literal top of a fucking tree. A lot of things are like really exaggerated. Like the social security, she didn't have a name. She was just social security or social services.
Social services. Yeah, she was just social services woman. She really didn't have a title to her, and that was very very childlike. It
hmm
doesn't really matter who they are. That's the police officer man or the doctor woman. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was very interesting the way he did it, through the eyes of a child, because he made a very, sensitive subject, kind of like I want to say the idea of the film was like being dependent, not being dependent, like having someone to, is it worth having someone, I don't know. I'm trying to. I know what I want to say here, but I'm having words like
Go ahead, just take your time.
um. I think what was going on is the general idea is why do we need people in our lives, um, and that's a very weird topic, but when you put it through the eyes of a child, you make it very simple.
Yeah,
You know, I
that's
need you to
interesting.
talk to, and you need me to talk to.
That's interesting. I guess I didn't really sit and consider like I guess what the movie's overall theme was, but yeah, that's kind of cool. I like the way you put that.
Uh, I really like. I enjoyed almost every scene in the movie in terms of artistic feel. Every scene I feel like I could fucking screenshot it and frame it and put it on my wall, and I'd be happy with it. Um, just because everything like the attention to detail in every single scene in terms of the color
Yeah.
is just beautiful.
I really liked what they did with the whole cinematography. I don't know how you describe it, but at certain points I felt like I was watching a play because everything was like 2D in a way. You
Yeah,
know what I'm talking about?
yeah. The way it was shot, it sometimes it didn't give depth. It was more of a like a portrait style.
Yeah, like a port. It was like what's directly in front of the camera.
Um, most of the film was like a yellow greenish and like pale blue. And I think that was like what it was like a 70s style feel to it. That was the idea, even though the movie was like in the 60s, I believe.
Hmm. Why do you think they
But
made it feel like a 70s movie in the 60s?
I don't know. I mean, the color scheme is just 70s.
Very
Uh,
bright.
I'll pull up.
Yeah, I feel like the color scheme they used it does like I don't know, it helps give the movie an aged feel.
Yeah.
I really like the
All right.
director, the Wes Anderson guy, 'cause he did
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have seen the Grand Budapest Hotel, but he did that one. And it's a very similar feel to it.
Huh. Yeah, when I was looking up stuff about the movie, I know a lot of people were raving about Wes Anderson.
I don't think we ever like put a synopsis on what the movie was.
It's a love story.
Yeah, it's a coming of age story between these two characters, Sam and Susie,
Sam
and
being, I
they're kind of
believe, like 12 years old, Susie being 14-ish.
She's a
ish,
woman
yeah,
grown.
yeah. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Sam here, he's part of the Khaki Scouts, under the direction of his Khaki Scout leader, and he runs off, and the movie opens up with his goodbye note. He says something along the lines of, "I just don't belong here. Thanks for letting me stick around." And he meets up with this girl, Susie, who he's been writing notes to, and they've been exchanging mail back and forth. They only met like one time at like a play. I don't. Is that how it happened? I can't remember.
Yeah, it was a play, and he walked from like where he was sitting in the audience directly to her changing room.
And they had this like, kind of like weird stare down. Uh, it didn't really make a whole lot of sense, but and then they run off and they meet up in the woods, and kind of the next little bit is him just kind of showing his like Eagle Scout or
Khaki Scout.
Khaki Scout skills off, and they have this coming of age love story, and the rest of the movie is the parents trying to find them, or not the rest, the next large part is the parents finding them and splitting them up, and then they have one last ditch effort to get together before the social services comes and takes Sam away because he's an orphan. They find out. Surprise! What a
Fucking
plot twist.
spoiler alert, dude.
Well, we're
Wait, what?
reviewing the movie here. I mean, it's gonna be spoilers, obviously.
Okay, fair enough.
You think we were giving no spoiler reviews on our movie reviews?
I mean, I assumed that was gonna be what was happening, but Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
No, I feel like we're definitely gonna throw out spoilers if we're gonna be synopsisizing the movie.
Okay, for future reference, anyone listening, there's going to be movie spoilers in this movie review podcast.
I'll just put it like in the fucking front of the video. Spoilers ahead. Um, but yeah, they get back together and then they split up and then they, go one last time trying to run away and they get help from the khaki scouts. And right as soon as it looks like it's all about to end, I mean it ends happily. The police officer played by Bruce Willis adopts the kid Sam, and the girl just goes back to living her life, and they hang out with each other from then on.
Can we talk about like how like the adult cast, like they're like the main three adult actors were like really high profile guys?
Yeah, they were. Yeah, the cast was just loaded.
Like we got Bill Murray, um, Edward Norton, and like Bruce Willis, and like Bill Murray and Bruce Willis didn't really play their usual roles.
Bill
You know,
Murray was kind of an asshole.
yeah, like
Yeah. What role does is there a typical trope that Bill Murray always fills in his movies?
yeah,
I feel like
usually
he's like a happy-go-lucky guy.
Okay.
yeah, like he's always like a kind of like a funny.
Yeah,
He's never really like a dark and dramatic kind of guy like he is in this movie. And Bruce Willis is always like an action-packed guy. In this movie, he leads like a very like depressing life.
yeah.
And
Edward Norton, or what's his name?
yeah, Edward Norton.
Yeah, I think he did like a pretty good job. Just
Mhm.
because his character didn't get as much, air as Bruce Willis or what's his name?
Bill Murray.
Yeah, Bill Murray. I mean, I liked him as the khaki scout, and I wish he would have played more of the adoption role than Bruce Willis. That just kind of,
Yeah, that would have made more sense. But
but
if you notice at the end, Sam is wearing the cop uniform, and he's sneaking out of Susie's house,
yeah,
much like Bruce Willis used to sneak out of Bill Murray's house with the girls.
yeah, because Bruce Willis is having an affair with Susie's mom in the movie. I don't think they ever like explicitly say it, but I mean, it's very implied.
I think Susie says it when her mom's bathing her.
Okay, okay. Oh, okay, yes, I remember that. She's like, I hate you.
Yeah,
I know what you did with the police officer last summer.
yeah.
Alex, we can
Yeah.
see your notepad.
Damn.
Yeah, we can see your little notepad there.
I
I think my
guess
only
you know my
little
notes.
qualm about the movie was the plot. It was kind of simple.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. The plot was very predictable, in my opinion. That
Yeah,
was the only kind of hang up I had. It was just,
yeah, it's pretty straightforward.
it was you saw it coming. I mean,
Yeah,
I thought
To me,
to make it better,
sorry.
like,
Oh, well, sorry. Do you want to go?
if it could be made better, I would have sadistically preferred them to jump off the tower together.
yeah. So I thought they were going for it first. That would have
I
been
felt
that
I
would have
felt
been
like it was
automatic.
gonna happen, but at the same time, I really didn't. Um,
That was gonna be really dark if they did do that.
yeah, that would have been really dark. But I feel like that would have been the more impactful ending.
That would have been very impactful.
Definitely true.
It would have been like a Romeo and Juliet style ending.
Yeah, it definitely would have been.
Uh,
I
so
didn't think of it that way.
yeah, that would have been. Whew, that'd been rough to see those two little kids commit suicide for each other.
To me, the ending kind of, I guess, yeah, it was a little predictable. I kind of expected it to end as simply as the movie was. I wasn't really surprised when it wasn't like a complicated, convoluted ending.
Yeah, I mean, it was
It
simple.
makes sense to me
I
that the
enjoyed the
book.
simplicity of the movie. It was like it was just simple all around. An American movie with American ideals and a coming of age story. It was America in a pig in a movie. I mean,
Can I ask a question real quick without getting judged?
sure.
What does coming of
Probably not.
age mean?
It means coming into who you are as an adult.
So like their films, I guess technically they can include any number of like aged characters, but typically it's characters that are teenagers or in
Prepubescent.
puberty. Yeah, it's typically stories where people mature
Discover
significantly.
like love or something of that, a more convoluted,
Okay.
idea.
Okay, I gotcha.
It's just the coming into adulthood.
Right, okay. Like you said, finding out who you are and going on little
Yeah.
okay. On the same page.
So anything else you guys had to say about
Kurt, what was your hang up on the movie, did you say?
Um, I mean, after I guess I answered too quickly. I think I will raise it to an 8 out of 10 for me. That was I really enjoyed that.
Alright. It was a very character driven movie.
Yeah, I mean there wasn't a lot of action to, really bring that out. I guess there was,
Dude,
there was
a
funny
dog
moments.
died. What are you talking
Oh
about?
yeah, the dog died. That was the most dramatic. I cry every time.
I still want to know how like the arrow went from that boy's bow to the
I want to know
dog.
why the boys are firing fucking arrows.
Yeah.
And how that arrow was sharp enough just to end the dog.
What are these khaki scouts really doing? Like, what's this? What are they doing out there in the woods?
Are they about to butcher this girl and this guy?
What is Edward Norton really teaching him out there in the
I
woods?
kind of assumed like if the movie was from the point of view of a child, that would explain why they view the khaki scouts as kind of like a military and why everyone's like kind of serious about it. That
Oh,
would also
okay.
explain to me why they would like why these children would have such crazy weapons because I assume they would have like sticks and shit, and the kid's like, "Whew, I'm fucked."
But they killed the dog.
Yeah, that is true.
Why did the
Ooh.
dog have to die? That did not serve the movie.
And also, the part where the kid gets struck by lightning. You
Yeah,
know what I'm talking about?
yeah, that was pretty pointless.
He just fucking like
Yeah.
blows up like out of nowhere. It was pretty fucking funny.
Pretty funny.
He's being chased and all he does is just stay in the field and get struck by lightning and then like somehow that gives him the opportunity to run away.
Yeah, I don't understand what its purpose is there, but I guess it did. I think they put it in there just so they can show the lady saying he got struck by lightning in the trailer.
That
But,
that's actually believable.
yeah, it's like how Bryan Cranston was in the Godzilla movie, like for 10 minutes, and then he died just so they could put him in the trailer.
Yeah, dude, you gotta have big swinging forces in your trailer. That's how you get the audience to come out.
Speaking of Godzilla, Japan's making a new Godzilla movie.
Oh, that
That's
sounds nice.
interesting.
Seems
Yeah.
like another one to the addition of the other 67.
And it looks just like their poor production quality, just like the other 67.
Alright, but do you guys want to move on to the next movie?
Yeah.
Alright, so the second movie, Shutter Island, a Leonardo-led movie.
Very good. I give it a 7 also.
Yeah, I was leaning towards 7.
I was going more of a 8.5 here.
8.5?
Really?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I really, like, this is, for it to be that high, it's gotta, make me think about it and make me remember it and mull over it the next few days.
Mm-hmm.
And
Uh-huh.
I mean, that really did it for me. I mean, I really thought about, what it meant, what was going on. Because
Yeah,
it did end in a
Yeah,
Night
like
Shyamalan twist.
yeah, like halfway through the movie, you're kind of like, what's going on? And then like you get a little bit further into the movie after he visits the cave with the lady in it, and then you're just second guessing everything about it. You're like, okay, now what really is going on? And then by the end, you're kind of like, all right, well, I guess both of the realities could have happened.
So Shutter, I'm gonna give a little uh, detailed summary. So Shutter Island, Leonardo DiCaprio starts out the movie as a detective with his new partner on the case to find a missing woman at a mental hospital. They go through all kinds of quirky interactions with the hospital staff, and something seems wrong.
Can I interrupt you in a
Leonardo,
minute? Or for a minute?
yeah, go ahead, man.
Palmer, can you mute yourself when you're not talking?
Oh God, yes, I'm sorry.
Um, when they run into the staff of the hospital and they question the staff, but something seems a little off the whole movie. Something's fucky. And after ruthless investigation by Leonardo and his assistant, the detective assigned to him and with him, they eventually discovered the truth about Shutter Island. And I mean that's the synopsis.
Okay, so to put my 2 cents in, do I sound low out of curiosity?
Just a little.
Okay. Um, to put my 2 cents in, I a few days ago saw a movie called Mr. Nobody, and it was like a much bigger version of Shutter Island, I guess, in like its simplest form. So Shutter Island didn't really get me thinking. I think that's part of the reason. Um, I also just it was a kind of entertaining movie to me. It kept my attention, but not super well. Oh, well, one thing I did notice though that I thought was really really cool that one of the things the director did. So, do you remember the scene where Leo is interviewing patients in the cafeteria?
Yes.
So, one of the patients he's interviewing, the woman, she asks for a cup of water, and one Leo's partner, he runs off, he gets the cup of water, he fills it up with water, and then he hands it to her off camera. And then the camera kind of shows only her, and she's drinking from an imaginary cup. She's not holding anything, she's just doing the motion.
Yeah, dude, I said that while we were watching the movie.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
Hmm.
I guess it was holding my attention better than I thought.
My God, I didn't
I
even notice
said,
that.
I said, look, she's not even drinking from a real cup. It's empty. And you were
Oh,
like, oh.
yeah. I remember you saying that, but I didn't know what you were talking about at the time. And I was like, fucking, okay, I guess. But yeah, when she puts the cup back down, it's half full of water. I thought that was just kind of an interesting little thing the director did.
Yeah,
I didn't even notice that.
there's scenes in there that just aren't quite right. There's that scene. There's a scene where they're turning over their guns to the marshal in charge of the place, and Leo gives his, and the detective that's with him, Chuck, his partner, is supposed to give over his, and it's like inside his pants, and he doesn't even have a gun. It's like he's just handing over the holster.
Hmm. Oh,
And
yeah.
also the guards are all like on edge, with their guns up, thinking Leo's gonna freak out and kill them. But I mean, the movie to me it was confusing at a lot of times. Confusing to the point like where you had to watch it a second time to understand what was going on. There's a lot of times where Leo just gets involved into a conversation. What's his character's name?
At the
Teddy.
beginning, Teddy.
Teddy, where Teddy gets involved into a conversation and he's just trying to know the person, and eventually by the end of the conversation, he's like fully immersed into the other person's, wild imagination.
Yeah, like when he's talking to when they're like, yeah, we found her, and he goes
Yeah.
into like, and he goes and talks to her, and he's just like interviewing her, and by the end, he's like hugging her and like caressing her.
By the end, they've like formed a relationship that I don't understand at all, and he's believing what she's saying, and she's believing what he's saying, and they both think they're different people. And I mean, it's just really, really confusing. And then later on, where Leo gets splits off in his own, he runs into the guy in the cell, like in the the psych
Noise.
ward, yeah. And they just start bantering back and forth and talking, and eventually, like, I don't even know who this dude is, and I mean, Leo's like, yeah, dude, I know people, I can get you out of here, blah blah blah, and like they've merged stories somehow.
Hmm.
Yeah, he talked.
Also,
He didn't he talk about Noise at the beginning of the movie.
I don't remember.
I think he was the guy. He said he went to prison eventually, and he got out of the mental hospital and he went to prison, but then he ended up
Uh,
back in there. I can't. Yeah, I was confused with that too. I didn't understand what was going on.
I think I
and,
remember reading that some people think the movie isn't filmed chronologically.
Huh.
huh?
Like there's different orders to watch the scenes in.
I
That's
didn't,
interesting.
yeah, I didn't even think about that. That could be. I wonder if there's like a not a director's cut, but like a fan cut, like a fan edit to the movie that has them in a better order to watch them in.
That wouldn't
I
surprise
also
me in
got
the least.
confused with the cigarette on the cliff scene where he meets I think her name is Rachel Solando, the girl they're looking for.
Yeah.
And he tells his partner Chuck to fuck off. He's doing this by himself, and he starts wandering through the woods, and then he runs up on a cigarette smoking on the side of a cliff, and he's like, "Whoa, what is this?" And he looks down and he sees Chuck's dead body on the rocks.
It was Chuck's cigarette, dude.
And so I guess it was just all a hallucination. But he gets down there and Chuck goes away, and then there's millions of rats for whatever reason.
That was that was really weird too. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. When he looks at the rock, there's like this like sea foamy like white withered like a limestone kind of chalky substance on the rock that's in like the shape of a human. I
Hmm.
want to say like that's what he calls it. But then the rats, I'm guessing that's just part of his hallucinations from the cigarettes.
I wonder what he was smoking in that cigarette.
I don't know, dude.
And then
Uh,
he runs into Rachel Solando, and I don't know if she was real or they were just having a fake conversation together or what.
yeah, that part was really interesting. I want to say that it was real and that he wasn't crazy, and then everything that Noyce told him in the cell was real. And in that scene where Chuck goes away and his cigarette's on the thing, and he thinks he fell off the cliff, that's when they captured Chuck, took him to the lighthouse, and then gave him a lobotomy.
The lobotomized Chuck. Get all the wake up, sheeple.
Yes, exactly. That's how I stand
Um,
on the movie.
Yeah,
but
maybe I just need to watch it again. My kind of interpretation of it is Leo was insane, and he regained his sanity at the end of the movie, but chose to get the lobotomy anyway. That's kind of what I think it is.
well, yeah, you summarized the end. I mean, you missed everything else though.
Well,
They put enough in there that it could go either way.
see, I've read that, but that's what I mean. I think I need to watch it a second time because I can't really see how it can go the other way.
Like they get rid of plot holes on both sides of the argument. The movie does like such a good job at that.
Can you think of any specifically?
Like with the hallucinations, like him seeing the rats or him talking to Rachel Solando, that could either be a side effect of his mania, or it could be the sodium amytal or whatever it was that they put in the cigarettes that made him hallucinate so much that
Hmm.
it could be either way, you know.
There was stuff in the
But
cigarettes.
I
I didn't know
thought,
that. I thought that was conspiracy.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's a
One,
conspiracy. That's what Rachel is it Rachel Solando or Noyce
but
told
yeah,
him.
that was him telling that to himself.
It could have been, or it could have been Rachel Solando telling that to him.
But Rachel Solando had like a fire and everything, dude. I mean, in terms of hallucinations, like he was hallucinating like really hard. If
Yeah,
he
that's
imagines like a
great.
fire and like all this shit.
Yeah, but I mean, it could have been the drugs they gave him to make him seem crazy.
But we
Like
don't
they
know
explained that.
we don't know that they gave him drugs
Right,
because
that's why it could either be.
No, he took that ibuprofen, dude. Like he had said he had a headache, so the doctor gave him pills.
Yeah, and it could have been regular aspirin or ibuprofen, or he could have been crazy.
I'm leaning more towards he's crazy just because of the rat scene.
Well, yeah, but they Rachel says like if you take the aspirin or you smoke their cigarettes, that
But Rachel was
they
a hallucination.
was she yeah no
So
so I'm saying she could have been a hallucination or she didn't have to be a hallucination.
But there was only 67 people on the island, including him. Like, it couldn't have just been like a random woman escapee.
No, there were
yeah,
66
why do you think
inmates.
that?
Well, because she was
Why do you think that she?
what I think what?
Why do you think that she was real? They even established that she was a made-up person.
That's what they told Leo.
Why would they lie to him?
Because he's crazy. They think he's crazy.
They made up the Rachel Solano thing just to get his alter identity to come out.
Yeah, so like anything Rachel tells him has no merit to me because that's just him telling himself.
Yeah, but you're looking at that. Y'all are both thinking that he is crazy, and y'all are both like accounting that
He's
as
got
him
to
being-
be because Rachel Solano doesn't exist.
No, listen, okay. It makes
I
perfect
hear where
sense.
you're coming from, but I don't understand what's in it for the hospital to make him think he's crazy. Because that's the end game. If what you're saying is true, then their whole goal, the whole reason they would lie about a person existing.
Because he's trying to expose their dirty secrets of like
No.
lobotomizing patients and making the ghosts, as they called them.
I
If
don't
he's
think
not
he is.
crazy, you see what I'm saying? Like if you think of it as he's not crazy and what he believed at the beginning was true, and that they are lobotomizing people in the lighthouse. Then they stand. If they're going to keep that secret, then they need to do something with him, and
I
they're
think
going to
they
lie to
don't
him.
have to keep it the secret that they're lobotomizing people because lobotomy isn't illegal in this time.
Right, where they're making their little ghost soldiers or whatever he was, so adamant about.
I don't think that's true. I think they went through all this work just to see if Leo could get over his illness, his fake identity.
Right, that's one way of looking at it, but that's why
No,
the
he
movie.
says that like word for word, like you have an illness, you came out of it. We're gonna let you go through the whole process and go through the whole process of this Teddy character and finding out what's wrong, just
Right.
to see like come back to reality.
Dr. Colley said that.
Yes.
The guy who didn't want to know, he didn't want people to know that he was performing the lobotomies. So
No, I don't think he wanted that a secret.
well, someone wanted to keep it a secret because Leo the cop was trying to expose it to people.
No, I don't think he was.
I'm pretty sure he was.
I think he was trying to find Rachel Solano. That was his goal.
Remember when they're in the little crypt house in the graveyard, Leo's talking to Chuck, and he says like, "Yeah, they're making their ghosts here."
Yeah, I
think that's-
gotta side with Palmer on this one. I think Leo gave a fuck about the lobotomies before he gave a fuck about Rachel.
Because remember the whole thing about Leatus, and he had ulterior motives to go there.
No, I think I'm gonna stick with his motive.
Okay, I mean, you
To
can
go
stick
to
with
the
the
island was to find Rachel Solano. That was his that was his purpose, to find Rachel Solano.
Yeah, but he talks to Chuck, and he says that he picked this case.
For Laetus, yeah, because he wanted to come and find Laetus, the one who set his apartment building on fire.
Right, and then they apparently like lobotomized Leatus.
No, they didn't
Or something.
lobotomize Laetus. He was still there. He was hallucinated there.
Then why did he care so much about the lobotomies?
He didn't. That was just like a random thing. Like Rachel Solano brought it up, lobotomies, and there he like further expunges lobotomies because he's crazy.
No, Leo's telling Chuck, he's telling him about the ghosts that they're making.
That was like a very brief side conversation.
But dude, that's still an ulterior motive for him going there. He's trying to bring it to attention, bring it out of the dark.
If you think that, man, if you think that.
I mean, it just. I'm saying like it could go either way. Like from a storytelling point of view, like that's what's such a good movie.
Yeah, if you think that, I don't think that though.
I mean, that's the thing. You can think. You don't have to think it, but I mean, it could go. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
think he's just fucking
No,
with you at this point.
I 100% don't think Leo was on a mission to spread information about lobotomies.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Yeah, well, okay. So you don't think that Leo could not have been crazy?
That is nothing related to what I just said.
I thought we were arguing the two different outcomes of the movie.
The two different outcomes of the movie.
Yeah, like how he could have been crazy or he could not have been crazy.
Okay. What is your point that he's not crazy? The cigarettes and stuff.
Yeah, like how at the end Dr. Colley was telling him how he is crazy and how he did kill his wife,
But
but he's feeding that to him as a
okay,
lie, and so he makes
at the
him.
beginning of the movie when he's hallucinating, he's Teddy and he's just met his new partner. He hasn't taken any drugs or smoked any
Okay,
cigarettes.
this is the pivotal point at the beginning. He says, "Where's my cigarettes? I must have left them." And then Chuck gives him one.
Okay. I think that's just a whole lot of conspiracy about, crazy people. But I think we should just move on to this and talk about the ending.
Okay.
Before we give our sense on it, I'll play it. I have it up.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out how to make it have sound.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure what the thing to do was. What volume is your computer at?
I'm fucking with it.
What's our next move, Henry? You tell me. Gotta get off this rock, Chuck. Get back to the mainland. Whatever the hell's going on here, it's bad. Don't worry about it. They're not gonna catch us. That's right. We're too smart for them. Yeah, we are. This place makes me wonder. Could be worse. To live is a monster. To die is a good man. Teddy?
Okay. Did you guys hear any of that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think like the more background noises were muted, but we were able to get the conversation.
That's good. I mean, that scene doesn't have a lot of sound to it anyway, but I mean, that's how it ends. Just to go back on what you said about the cigarettes making them crazy. Why did it not make Chuck crazy as well?
It might have. I don't know. Ended up getting a lobotomy though.
Chuck did not get a lobotomy.
He might have. He disappeared for that scene. What you're seeing in that scene is post lobotomy Chuck, where they've already like brainwashed him.
Okay. I think this scene is supposed to give the impression that Teddy did not, make it through his illness, and he had a relapse to his old identity. But as he gets up to leave, uh, Chuck, his partner, calls for him, Teddy, and he doesn't respond, which makes me think he still remembers his old identity, and he's just choosing, to get the lobotomy.
Well, to me, that line, what's
Is-
worse, to live as a monster or die as a good man, is a clear indication that he has his memories.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting that Chuck didn't stop him either. I mean, he just kind of let him go through with it because that was, something Leo wanted to do, Teddy wanted to do, Andrew
Now,
Latus.
what I am curious about, and I didn't think about it until just now, I believe that Leonardo was briefly crazy throughout most of the movie. And I thought Chuck was a creation of his craziness. Now, if that's true, how would that still explain Chuck in the end?
Chuck is said to be the psychiatrist by the head psychiatrist guy.
Yeah, he's supposed to be Leo's primary physician.
Yeah.
Wait, so what was the name of Leo's partner that he created?
The
Chuck.
partner's Chuck, and the doctor is like Lehman or something.
Yeah. Dr. Lehman, the one they were talking about, at the beginning of the movie, like, I need to see Dr. Lehman. I need to see him. Where's he at?
Mm-hmm.
And they all make like weird, like, I don't know Dr. Lehman. He's nice. He's off the island,
Yeah. I guess kind of assumed while Leo was in his Teddy was the alternate personality, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Teddy was the cop, the detective.
While Leo was Teddy.
Andrew Latus was the real person.
Okay. So, well, I kind of assumed like Chuck, the hallucination, only existed while Leo was Teddy. But after Leo became Andrew, why did Chuck still exist?
Chuck wasn't made up.
He was real.
Okay. I guess
Chuck was real.
I guess I misunderstood that then from the movie.
I understand what you're saying because I thought that at certain points too. That like a beautiful mind thing was going on.
Yeah. But, yeah, I mean, Chuck is addressed by the other characters, and, I mean, he interacts with them as well, so I think it's fair to say that Chuck's a real person.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, when everyone was saying, I gotta find my partner, he's like, what partner? I was like, alright, maybe he is made up.
Yeah. Until, like, he comes in and he's like, oh, hey, where am I? I'm back from the dead.
Yeah. Oh, great movie, though, overall. Great movie. I think the discussions even made me want to bump it up to an 8. The only real problems
The
I have with it.
discussion made me want to bring it down to a 6 because you just, like, ruined it for me.
I did not ruin it. It's so much better
No, dude.
if it's, like, open-ended. Like, it could be either way.
It was not open-ended. You've just ruined Cinema Enima with your enema of shit you have spewed onto this cast.
I don't see how you don't think it could be, like, either way.
I don't think it's open-ended either.
I think it could be. I think that's why it makes it so good.
Really? You gave it like a 7 out of 10.
Well, yeah,
Well,
but
a
now
7
it's...
out of 10
Well,
is
this,
legit. Like, I would consider average to be a 5. Like, a 5 is something that I just kind of want to be over. A 7's pretty good.
well, the only real problem I had with it was because of the, like, the first act kind of dragged out to me. Like, it was kind of like... I know there's a lot of crucial dialogue, but, like, I don't know, it was kind of dreary through the first act. It was kind of...
I
took
felt
a long time to get going.
engaged throughout the movie. I mean, I felt... me and Kirk, this movie has been kind of spoiled for us in the past. I think it's just a popular spoiled movie.
Yeah.
That may have been kind of why you weren't paying attention, Kirk, but...
Well, I mean, I thought about that, but I don't remember any of the spoilers. I I think I remember hearing people talk about it, but I didn't really remember any of the spoilers. I was like paying attention, but it just wasn't a captivating movie.
I'm pretty sure there's an episode of Workaholics where they address that Leo was looking for himself the whole time.
I
Huh.
do not remember that episode.
Might not have been, but I know. Might not have been that, but I heard it somewhere. I've definitely heard it spoiled for me, like y'all said.
Okay. But yeah, good movie. 8.5 out of 10.
All right.
I'll stick with 7 out of 10. Definitely a good movie. Anyway, though, Game of Thrones, episode 1.
Westeros Weekly.
All right, so I don't think we've talked about it even like over text. Palmer, what did you think about the first episode?
Overall, I think it was good. Not great. I kind of give it like a 6.5. A lot of the dialogue I felt was just kind of immature.
Immature.
I like the dialogue in this episode.
I didn't like the Sand Snakes dialogue when like she kills Trystane and she's like you're
Okay.
so greedy. And
Yeah.
the two Dothraki bros talking about Dany, I feel like that was something out of like a sitcom, like a Workaholics.
I feel like the Dothraki bros like are so funny. That I just skip my views of the episode real quick. The part where Count Moro, is it Moro?
Maybe. I actually don't remember.
He is talking about like the greatest thing in life is to see a woman naked, and then the guys his blood riders are like, what about taming a horse, taking the city and subjecting his people? And like a whole bunch of other funny shit. And like Count Moore is finally like, alright, seeing a beautiful woman is in the top 5 of experiences you can have.
Yeah, that's true. I actually forgot about some of the stuff like that. When you said dialogue, like some of the things that immediately came to my mind. I kind of like the to and fro between Alistair Thorne and the
Davos.
Onion Knight, Davos. Yeah.
Davos, yeah.
Yeah, those are really good.
I like that little exchange, and I like how Davos asks for mutton because he knows the offer's full of shit, so he might as well just add some bullshit onto it.
Yeah.
I like that. I'm trying to think. Arya didn't really have anything good.
Yeah, Arya just got the shit beat out of her for a while. She really just got like walloped.
God, that blonde girl is fucking ruthless.
Probably a man underneath that face.
Has to be. She's definitely a hard ass. Oh yeah, I like the dialogue between Roose and Ramsay this week too.
Yeah. Or I'm gonna have to find another son.
Yeah, like I feel like Roose was being real shitty towards Ramsay.
Oh, he def was.
I also I like how Ramsay had a moment of humanity for a second before he,
Feeding her Miranda to the dogs. I mean, this episode, it was short to me. I mean, I think we said it was like 45 minutes.
It felt really short.
Yeah, it did feel short. Watching it live anyway, it felt really short. But I went back and some of the websites that already have it up, like they say it's a 49-minute episode.
I think like
with the credits and everything.
Yeah.
Is the credits and the recap and even before you got to watch it, HBO had to pimp their 18 shows before it came on.
That's got to be like 15 minutes.
Yeah, it was supposed to start at like 8 o'clock Central Time and ended up starting at like 8:07.
I thought it was supposed to start at 9.
Yeah, 9 Eastern. I said 8 Central.
You said Central. I'm sorry. I didn't even catch that.
Yeah, we're in Central over in Picola.
I'm sorry, dude. I forgot. I didn't even think about it.
But I'm trying to think of what else. Oh, so one of the things that I saw online that I thought was really interesting. Did you guys notice that, God, the red woman, what's her name, Melisandre?
Yeah.
She was
Old as
actually,
shit.
also yes, but she was old in this episode. I don't know if it's the first or if it's one of the first episodes where she actually starts to get cold. Apparently there was a quote by the God, who was the other red priest that brought someone back to life? He was in that traveling brotherhood.
Thoros.
Thoros, yeah. Thoros said something like, "It's when I was at my worst and my flame was at its lowest that I was able to do it." So people are theorizing, since Melisandre is like in such a shitty place in her life right now, she'll have what it takes to bring back Jon.
She should be in a shitty place. She burned a toddler. That
Yeah.
bastard.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. She burned a toddler, caused a woman to kill herself, and most likely caused her kingdom to die.
Yeah. Too bad you never got to see what's his name?
Gendry?
No, yeah, Gendry. Too bad you never got to see Gendry fucking paddling this boat. Who's the Stannis? Too bad you didn't get to see Stannis' like cut off head rolling in the snow at the beginning.
I know.
Yeah. That would have been pretty sweet. Like, it just opens up with that.
I guess they're leaving it open ended because for Stannis to come back and the glory and save the day one time.
I cannot imagine Stannis, even if he did come back, he could pull an army together that was a
Yeah.
quarter as good as his old one.
Yeah, a lot of trouble finding an army in the first place. I'm pretty sure Stannis is dead.
Yeah, I mean, I feel very strongly he's dead, but I wish they would have shown it. I mean, if you don't show it, you can't assume anything.
Mhm.
Especially with like the Hound dude, he may still be alive.
I mean, it's possible, but I think it's highly unlikely.
He was living there.
He was living, but like he got stabbed in like the stomach or whatever.
Somebody could have came and saved him.
How people die from that nowadays. They're not gonna find a cure for it back then. Like if you get the cold back
It's a
then, you're gonna
fantasy
die.
place, dude. They
I
have
mean,
fucking medicine. Like
to
they
be, sorry.
they bring people back to fucking life.
To be
I ca-
fair, if I don't see him in the rest of the series, I won't be shocked. But I can't assume that he's dead for the same reason that I can't assume Stannis is dead. I can kind of accept that I think they're dead, but if they come back later, I'll always be expecting them to come back later in the show.
Okay, fair point.
They didn't say anything. They didn't bring John back like a lot of people thought they were in the first episode. They
I
probably
didn't think they'd do it in the first episode.
they're just gonna draw it out the whole season until season 8, or episode 10.
I was actually really surprised that they started off with the wall.
So was I.
I felt that was
They
gonna be
left
like,
off with the wall, dude. You gotta start where you left off.
yeah, but see, I thought that's why they were gonna like take so long to get back. Like everyone's expecting them to bring John back. I feel like they weren't gonna touch the wall until like episode 2.
So how about all that shit with Dorne last season? The whole introducing of Dorne and all this stuff, and then they kill all the characters. They kill Oberyn, they kill Trystane, they killed the badass fighting black dude.
We didn't even get to see him fight. Like that's the worst part. Like,
Yeah.
I know. I was so upset by that.
He's just got such a cool name. We never hear it in the show, but in the book, his name is Ario Hota.
And he just gets his knife right in the back.
He's such a big black guy. There's no way that knife went all the way through. Like
He
he should have.
spin around and chop
assumed
off
there
a
was
head or
poison.
something.
They definitely took okay. They must have been like, all right, in season 5, no one liked Dorne, so let's just take the sand snakes and go with that. Let's get rid of the least worst part of Dorne and take the worst part of it and go with that.
Let's make the worst part of Dorne the leader. I feel like
So part of why I really don't like the Sand Snakes is I feel like they are actors in the caliber of Disney Channel actors.
yes.
I feel like they're just acting like you would see in a shitty Disney TV show, but they're allowed to kill people.
Basically.
I definitely get that vibe. I
That's why I don't like them.
I wish there could have been more drama in terms of, interesting
Characterization.
drama in the Dorn Dorn area, but I mean, it just ended up with Tristan getting spear
Spear.
through the back of the head and Oberyn getting a knife in the heart.
Oh,
Yeah,
so interesting thing. What is their Martell? That's their name, right? Their
Yeah.
house. I think the Martell insignia is a sun with a spear going through the back and out the front of it.
yeah. That's their capital city is called Sunspear.
What a play.
Another thing I didn't like though, like when what's his name? What's his name?
I don't know.
What's the prince's name?
Tristan.
Tristan.
Doran. I'm sorry. The old guy with Doran. The
Prince
leader.
Oberyn.
No, Prince Oberyn died in season 4. His brother.
Oh, you're okay.
Yeah. Doran. When he died, he's like, guards help, and they're like, no, they're on our side. They don't like you.
Yeah.
I'm like, when did we see this? We have no reason to believe this.
Yeah, all of a sudden, like all of a sudden, the whole world of Dorne was against him.
Yeah, like they did not touch on that at all.
Yeah, I don't like how this kind of shows me she's gonna have an effortless rise to power.
Yeah, like another thing, like okay, she wants revenge for Oberyn dying, so the next thing she's gonna do is kill the rest of his family.
Yeah, I did. I saw someone. I saw someone draw comparisons. To I think her in the mountain. They have both killed an innocent child. They've both killed an innocent person, and I can't remember who the third thing they killed was. Oh, they each killed a relative of Oberyn.
Oh god, that's funny.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few comparisons, but I feel like you can make a few comparisons with everybody.
I still thought it was interesting how like she is behaving exactly like the person she hated the most.
Yeah, this I feel like without like guidance from George R. R. The D&D aren't gonna know where to go. Like they know the ending point because like he's told them how it ends.
I think they have it like 100% mapped out the rest of the show.
I'm sure they have it mapped out, but I don't think they know how to get to the end. Like they weren't sure how to get to the end, so they just kind of penciled in a bunch of stuff like this. Like
I don't know if I feel that.
Well, I'm not a book reader, so I don't know where the book starts and the show starts, or where the book ends and the show starts. But I mean, if the Sand Snakes was entirely their doing, then I'm not 100% sure how much I'm going to enjoy the season going out. If like they're the ones doing everything.
Well, the Sand Snakes aren't like just their stuff. Sand Snakes are in the book, but like they're not like this.
Well,
They don't
okay,
get their own chapter.
Oh, okay. So is the Sand Snakes just like a hit squad then that you just hear about?
Yeah, there's like 8 of them,
Huh.
and like the thing, like in the show, like they want to kill Marcella, but in the book they want her to be queen. It's completely different. And then all the Dorne scenes are told by the black guy that got stabbed.
Oh, rip in peace.
Yeah.
That is interesting.
Rest in peace, Hoss. What do they call him on the too long don't watch thing? Is it Hoss or?
I don't.
I don't
think
know,
it is
I
Hoss. I think it is Hoss.
Didn't you post it in the chat?
I
Talking to
did.
me?
No, Kurt did.
Oh, you
You
were the
should-
one that posted it.
I'm pretty sure you did.
I posted the thing with the wall.
No, you said the TLDR is up.
Yeah, I posted the too long. I posted that, but then Kurt.
It's all you, buddy.
Hang on, I
I
got
didn't
this.
know there was more than one TLDR.
Yeah, you said LMO. Rip T-Bone. That's what they called him. Kurt posted that.
Oh, T-Bone.
Yeah, Kurt just has a shitty memory in general. What?
No, I thought he was talking about posting the pictures, not the fact that not the nickname that I took from the too long.
Well, you knew that's what I was referring to.
He
No,
didn't write. He didn't write it in his calendar, dude. He can't remember anything else.
I assumed. I didn't know that's what you were talking about. I assumed you were saying that I posted the entire link to the
I don't know. I was
everything.
talking about the black guy's nickname that you called him.
Oh, I thought it was
T-Bone.
Hosto.
So what do you think's gonna happen with who is the Martell girl? Not Martell. The Queen,
Marjorie.
Cersei.
Marjorie. No, Cersei isn't the Queen, dude.
She's the regent, bro. Or she's not even the regent anymore.
That would be
She's
weird.
the Queen Mother.
She's the king's mother.
King Mother. But what is she gonna confess to her brother being, gay? What was
That
her
what they-
sin?
That would they have her in jail? I don't think she has a sin in the show.
I think her sin is covering for them.
Yeah, that must
Yeah,
be
it
it.
is. But yeah, she actually looked like she was getting ready to snap in this episode, which was really interesting. Like, instead of Cersei, who was just remaining an iron cunt throughout the entire thing, Marjorie looks like she's really starting to waver.
Mm-hmm.
There's a chance she might, I don't know if she'll join them or not. Yeah, she won't join the fucking Faith Militant. But I think there is a chance she might throw her brother under the bus.
That'd be interesting.
What a shit
I
show
don't-
that would cause.
I don't know if she's gonna throw him under the bus before the army of the, what's their last name?
Tyrell.
The Tyrells. The Tyrells get there to break him loose.
Hmm.
They didn't even think about that. Where is
Yeah,
Mace?
yeah,
Where is
that's
the dad? Like, oh, they're in Bravos.
Yeah, he was in Bravos with
Marion Trent.
yeah, Marin Trant.
That's right. I forgot about that.
I don't remember what they said he was doing there, but he was just kind of like
He's
walking and
the
talking.
master coin.
Oh,
He's the new master. Yeah, he's fucking off with the bank, the iron bank.
okay, he's the new master of coin. That makes sense.
Did we see Baelish in this episode?
No.
No, we didn't see Peter Baelish or Bran or Hodor, Rickon.
the wildling woman.
Nymeria.
Yeah. Still haven't seen Nymeria since the first season.
Nah, dude, she came into that castle when they were escaping.
The wolf did?
Oh, Nymeria. I'm thinking about Shaggy Dog.
Yeah, no, I really hope Nymeria hooks up with fucking Arya and Bravos, and Arya.
How the fuck would?
I don't fucking know. It'll be cool af. Dude, they're bonded for life.
No, dude, Nymeria can just warg into a bird and fly over there.
But her dead, like her wargless body, just be collapsed on the floor. Sansa got free finally, and looks like she's not gonna be in the shit anymore.
Don't say that, because we've saw that before, and it turned out that she was still there.
Episode 2 starts with Ramsay flaying Brienne.
Speaking of that, I did not expect Brienne and Sansa to like meet up like that.
I thought Sansa and Theon were just gonna be caught again. I was like, well, that was a very poor escape attempt.
I figured
guess
Theon would just keep running in the opposite direction. I didn't think it was just gonna stop for them to find Sansa.
Yeah. I was like, I wonder what, like, I was almost kind of like wondering, I hope they do get caught just so I can see what Ramsay does to Theon this time.
Oh my god, I can't. I think it'd kill him. Like, I don't think there's.
Nah, dude, that would be way less fun for Ramsay.
Yeah, he have to flay him,
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
but
Well, yeah.
one
to be
pinky
fair,
at a
the
time.
flaying would end in death.
Not necessarily, dude.
Nah, dude, he just cover him up again with his old skin.
He like stapled the skin back on just to flay it again.
Just to flay it again, an endless cycle of flayed.
Ruthless.
The cheeky banter between Tyrion and
Paris.
Varys.
The banter.
You walk like a man who owns this city. Uh, I think at the end, the thing set on fire is the actual like port.
I think it is too.
So nobody's leaving Marine.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things the subreddit was showing is that little still with Tyrion saying, "We're not going to be in Westeros for a long time." That was kind of the writer's way of telling people to fuck off about Tyrion going back to Westeros.
You guys have any like theories on who did it?
Oh, who set the fire?
Yeah, the golden harp or the harpy son. What are they called? Son of the harpy.
Yeah, the Son of the Harpy. I bet money it was them too. They just seem to be rambunctious. They like to fuck up everything.
That's who
Who do
I'm
you think's
feeling it
behind
is.
him?
But I feel like having those like same repetitive villains would be like bad from like a storytelling point of view.
I mean, maybe it could show that they're willing to. In my eyes, when I see like if they're an enemy of Tyrion and Varys, them burning those ships, they kind of trap those guys in that country with them. Um, that's what I see it as. If it was like the Sons of the Harpy that did it.
Who do you think is running the son of the harpy? Sons of the harpy.
Um,
That's a good question. Do you think that
yeah, I
we've
don't
we've
know.
been introduced to them and we
I
don't
think
know yet?
personally, me, I think it's Varys.
Ooh,
That'd be really interesting.
why do you think it's Varys?
Because I feel like he's the only one who could like end up doing something like that, controlling a group of secret people.
That's true. Are the Sons of the Harpy are just ex-masters that are pissed off they're not slave owners anymore, right?
I
Pretty
think
much. Hey, did the black guy from season 2, um, or
so.
season
Okay,
3, did he
what
die?
black guy?
The rich black guy, Zaro Zoan Daxos, the one
Oh,
that Danny stayed with.
in Karth, yeah. I'd be confident that he's dead. She locked him in a safe or in a vault.
And it could have been his own. It's his own safe though. But there's like a back door.
I mean, yeah, that's true.
Khal Drogo's come back from the dead to save his wife by almost killing her.
Such a clever plan.
Was he ever like? Did she like smother him, or was he like dead, or
Yeah, I think she did smother him.
Yeah, she put like the pillow over his face.
rip in peace?
Yeah,
The great
how
cow
sad.
Drogo.
I'm interested to see what Vas Dothrak is.
Yeah.
That home for the widowed Khaleesi.
From what I
Probably
understand, it's like they just kind of go there and pray and chill, and they can't leave. And that's
They have to whine about their calls, dude.
it.
See, I was wondering if they have blood riders that force them to stay there, or if it's just all tradition and they don't want to leave anyway.
I think it's tradition, but in the sense of the women can't make their own decisions.
Oh, okay.
It's got to be tradition because like the Blood Riders, when their cow dies, they kill themselves.
Hmm.
I don't think Khal Drogo's
Yeah,
calls
his
did that.
his definitely didn't.
It's just something said to make the call feel better.
Yeah.
I still think that part where he's like seeing a woman is the greatest thing in life. What about killing another call? Well, yes, killing another call is great. How about taking a city's people as your? Yes, that is great too. Taming a wild horse? Yes. All right, top 5 is seeing a naked woman.
Yeah, that was really funny. I didn't expect like a
Or
joke like that.
their banter on the horses. You don't have to have a smart mouth to get fucked in the ass or something like that.
I didn't like the banter on the horses. Like, I don't know what it
To
is.
be fair, I think some of that I could see Dothraki talking about that or talking like that. Not the she must have saw a ghost thing, but the rest of it, like you don't have to have a smart mouth to get fucked in the ass. That sounds like that'd be a Dothraki folk saying, like just something
Folks say.
just something everyone knows.
Yeah, the Dothraki are supposed to be hard, dude. You want them to be like, I wonder what she's thinking about right now.
No, like not that, but like the stuff with like the ghost and like her pubic hair and everything. Like, I didn't see. I don't talking like that. Like, it just kind of seemed like not stuff they wouldn't say to me. But that's just my opinion.
Crude stuff? I feel like that's their top thing to talk about.
Well, it's not. It wasn't so much as crude as like stuff that you might hear like 13-year-olds say.
Yeah, I can see where you're coming from.
I don't
on that
think
one.
13-year-olds would be talking about like maybe like she's such a pussy or he's a pussy. They're not going to be talking about I wonder what color her pussy hair is. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
think-
I asked Tyler a bunch of times in like middle school what his pubic hair looked like. It was red.
That was your friend though. That's not a woman.
To adjust it, we'll just say late teenagers to early 20-year-olds that still act in their young teens.
Good thing the Dothraki fit that demographic.
Yeah, I say they do. They seem like a pretty wild people.
Or maybe they're the exact like age group that I'm thinking of would talk about that.
Are wildlings known to have their own like special fighting style, or do they just fucking fight like anyone else?
I think they just use like whatever weaponry they have and swing like a crazy person.
Fair enough.
I think
I
it's
don't
their thing.
I think the thing with wildlings are they're not civilized, so they don't really have like fighting styles and whatnot.
Yeah.
Most of their energy is spent on, like living.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That makes sense.
Not turning into ice people.
Yeah, I imagine that does take up a lot of your time and energy.
Did the Ice King raise the people from the dead and turn them into White Walkers? Or were they just alive and he was like, "You're mine now"?
I assume like for whatever reason, if they're dead and within his vicinity, he can bring them back to life.
Yeah, that's
Huh.
their thing. They can reanimate the dead.
So he must have been in the vicinity to reanimate those two dead guys in the castle.
In the first season?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He must be in the castle somewhere. The Ice King is Alistair Thorne. You heard it here first on Cinema Enima.
I assume.
That's a good point. I never considered that.
Did you guys get my picture of Alistair Thorne wearing the hat and it says "Make the wall great again"?
Yeah, I did. I really enjoyed that.
No,
So-
dude, he can't be a White Walker. He's loyal to the wall.
He's
And
not
loyal
loyal
as
to anyone.
Didn't you see him take up for his Lord Commander by killing him?
I was surprised that, the amount of people who supported Jon Snow. I mean, in the hall when they were discussing it, like there was people on his side.
So
Yeah.
I actually read a breakdown of this, and it was like how Alistair Thorne's speech was as perfect as it could be given that situation. The way he worded it, he made it seem like a very large, like all the officials of the wall were a part of this coup, but he also made it seem like it extended to a lot of other brothers. And in doing that, he kind of made the Jon supporters scared because
Yeah.
like there was the moderate Jon supporters who were in that mess hall, and there were the extreme ones that were with his body.
Yeah.
So, like in doing that, he kind of scared out all of the other supporters into submission, and that's just how he took control.
He's
Yeah,
a
that
regular born politician.
Yeah, he really handled that situation quite well.
Yeah.
Did we miss anybody else's storyline?
We didn't talk about Melisandre did we?
Well, yeah, we did at the beginning.
Oh, right, okay.
Well, we didn't talk about her turning into an old woman, which was super
Yes,
unexpected.
Okay, let's do that.
that was really unexpected, and you know, I couldn't peel my eyes away, even though I wanted to.
Yeah, it was something. It was weird. It was like after you sneeze into a napkin, you don't want to look at it, but you just have to.
I mean, I didn't know it was on a cast with a bunch of prudes. I will man up and admit I was a little aroused, you know.
The closer the titty to the belly button, the horny you're gonna get.
I've there was a episode in season 4. It was on it was episode 7 where she was in the bath and she didn't have the little ruby necklace on,
Huh.
and she was talking to Stannis' wife. But I've seen people point this out, and I don't know if it was like a plot hole like error or they did it on purpose.
They probably just fucked up, I think.
I don't know, but
Maybe she can hold that energy without the necklace on if she's on like a
I would
if
think
she's on her
either-
kick.
Yeah, I would think either that or something happened to her between then and now that caused her to turn into that.
yeah.
Was she trying to just like lay down and die, or what do you think?
Yeah, I actually don't know. I don't know why she would have bothered to take it off. I feel
haven't-
like that unless it's just draining your energy to wear, I keep it on at all fucking time.
Me too.
I saw a theory, and it's like how she acts like the maid from the first season of American Horror Story, to where like women see her as the old lady
Hmm.
and men see her as the hot. Because
That's interesting.
going back to the episode in season 4, when Stannis' wife is talking to her, she looks disgusted and like she like acts very uncomfortable as she sees her in the bath.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
that
either
makes
like
sense.
either like women or I saw someone else say true converts to the religion.
Oh, really? Hmm.
That's just like one theory.
Yeah, that makes sense.
There's something else with the potion that was on the table, but I don't know what it is. But there's got to be something to do with it.
That's just her B vitamins. The real secret to living long.
Multivitamin.
Any other characters?
Whew.
I
Let's see.
think that was pretty much it.
Went from the wall. We didn't talk about Jamie or Cersei.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing really much to talk about there, though.
They
Yeah,
just
they just
kind of
kinda
like
gave themselves
hyping
a
it
pep
up.
talk.
Yeah. They did all hype, no,
No substance.
yeah, no substance.
It was all bread, no meat.
Hmm. If you guys don't have any more like characters to talk about, I think we should do a Deadpool once a week. Say,
Ooh.
give your best 3 guesses on who's gonna die this next week.
Oh, good pick, good pick. I do kind of want to talk about how the writing was kind of lazy.
Okay, go ahead before you. Just go ahead and say that one.
Okay. It was how Trystane died, how it was after Jaime and Cersei met up. Like, why wasn't Trystane already in King's Landing where he should have been? Why was he still on the boat?
I think he was on the boat because they had just took off the dead daughter. Then would not have been a good time to show your face as one of the people who poisoned your daughter.
Okay, fair point.
That does make sense.
But
So Deadpool.
my first guess is gonna be Ed.
No.
Ed from the Watch. He's gonna he's gonna die next episode.
Not dollar said.
Yeah, but that's a pretty good guess.
I'm gonna split this one. Either Ed or Thorne is gonna die next episode.
Okay.
That's a good question.
I'm trying to think of my last one.
You keeping it all with the wall?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the wall's gonna be a big point next episode. I'm trying to think of what we didn't talk about. I don't feel like anybody in the Bran storyline is gonna die. next episode.
Yeah, I can understand that. Okay, I'll go ahead and cast one of my votes. A Knight for the Boltons.
A night for the bull.
We want to do
Calling it.
name characters. Do name characters.
Name characters.
Also, we need to talk about the dogs and how they
Fair enough.
Oh yeah, I
disappeared.
saw that during the episode. They just vanished.
So what I've been seeing online is the dogs that Ramsey trains to be like the fucking murderers that rip people apart. Those were not the same dogs that were sent after Reek and Sansa.
Yeah, they
Those were
weren't
just
hounds.
those were just bloodhounds, like tracker dogs.
But
They
he
didn't.
says he does. He tells his dad that he has his best dogs on it.
I would assume. I mean,
Best
you could
tracking.
interpret that to mean best tracking dogs.
Okay, fair point.
I
But
also feel bold move. I feel like Ramsey's gonna die. Next episode.
Do you think his dad's gonna kill him?
No. I would go more along the lines of Brienne.
How do you
that'd
think
be
she
interesting.
get into Winterfell?
Wait,
Hmm?
is Brienne? Is their plan to haul ass away, or is
I
it?
think their plan is to run away, but at the same time, when Bolton realizes, hey, my men haven't come back, it's time to fucking get on this hunt too.
Okay. Yeah, that does make sense.
Because like Ramsey, he could do with a lot of things, but he needs Sansa.
Yeah, that's true. So he can't really kill Sansa.
Yeah.
Cody, did you say all yours?
Well, I've been sitting here thinking about it, and it's kind of hard. I think the wall is the easiest place where like people are gonna die next episode. Because there's a fucking standoff going on. I'm trying to think about the rest of, I guess, I don't know, the cast, and nothing's really sticking to me as something that I can agree with. Oh, I bet one of the sand snakes are gonna die.
Mm.
Fair point. Fair point.
Maybe I'm being optimistic, but I think at least one of them will die in one way or another.
I hope Podrick takes out Ramsey. I reversed my pick. Instead of Brienne taking out Ramsey, Podrick is going to end Ramsey.
That'd be pretty amazing.
Maybe like a For the Watch style thing where everybody just runs the blade through him, like Sansa takes her turn and Theon takes his turn.
For Winterfell.
That actually reminded me, for my second pick, I'm gonna say Ollie.
Nah, Ollie.
I'm gonna really try.
God, this is a really good pick.
I feel like Ollie has to die before John comes back because John can't kill Ollie. That's just too much.
What if Ollie's there trying to like stop the ritual or whatever when they're trying to bring John back, and then he goes up to, like, John's like rising up slowly, and he goes up to try and kill him, and then John just like grabs him.
Just spears him through the heart. Lifts him up off the ground with him like dangling on his blade.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I feel like Ollie's just gonna catch like an arrow in just the battle. He's just gonna fucking end up with an arrow.
I would like to think he's gonna get something a bit more righteous than that. Not as something as satisfying as I would like, but I bet it will be more righteous than like just a stray arrow.
He's gonna do it like he killed Ygritte. Mm.
Too soon.
Did I spoil it? Ygritte died in season 4.
Oh god. I want to say one of my predictions for next episode is gonna be the blonde girl in Bravos.
The blonde girl in Bravo.
Interesting. The
one that keeps hitting Arya with a stick.
Oh,
the
okay.
bully that keeps beating the shit out of blind girl.
Yeah, I think Arya's just gonna get fed up with it and, like, in a rage, swing her stick around really hard and catch her at the right angle.
It kind of annoys me how Arya isn't getting the hang of this. Like,
She's not Daredevil yet?
Yeah.
well, no, not the whole being blind thing, but she loses her shit over nothing. Like,
She's a little girl.
I mean, still though, you think you'd learn eventually. Actually, yeah. How old is she supposed to be in the story?
Like 12.
Yeah,
Okay,
something like that.
If she's supposed to be 12, then that's more understandable. I was thinking 15.
No, I don't think so.
Are you really gonna get
I think
mad at her?
Sansa is more of 15.
Yeah, because Sansa just hit her period, like in was it the first season?
Yeah.
And that's only that was like 2 in show years.
Yeah, I would say she's probably like 15.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
that's
didn't
pretty
consider
reasonable.
Ramsey got to get in there a little early.
Ramsey got to get in there before like both of her husband and then her proposed husband.
Who's her husband?
Tyrion.
Tyrion.
I thought she got a divorce.
No, they just never
Uh,
consummated.
Yeah, they were married, but they didn't consummate.
So she could just get married again. That's how the Game of Thrones universe works.
Well, not now because she's married
I
and
guess
consummated here to Ramsey.
They just annulled her first wedding with the second wedding.
Isn't that how marriages here in the U.S. work?
I mean, I feel like there's more bureaucracy than that.
How
No,
do you-
on the U.S. you have to divorce the person.
No, dude. If you don't have sex, you don't have to. That's what.
I think if you don't consummate the marriage, then in a lot of ways it doesn't count as a real
Are you
marriage.
talking about in real life here?
I was making a joke, but I think Kirk's serious now.
Oh yeah, I'm talking about in real life. I don't know. I don't know the marriage laws in Westeros.
No, you don't. I mean, if you get
I
married,
haven't read the
you don't have to
Seven Sword.
you don't have to consummate a marriage anymore for it to be real, dude.
Yeah, I don't know when that got outlawed, but I would assume like
Well,
years
not
ago.
so much like not real, but I think if you didn't consummate, it becomes a lot easier to break apart. Like it's less of a real marriage.
No, I think it's the same.
Yeah, you still have to get like a divorce or annulment.
Yeah.
I mean, that's true, but what I was getting at is I think it's easier to get the divorce if you haven't consummated. Like it's easier to get the annulment, but I'm not 100% sure how.
What do you mean easier? Like, is it easier to
Like-
get through the line at the courthouse, or is it
I would
easier for you
assume
two to
if-
break up, or?
If you're married and you want to get divorced, then say you have to go through 5 steps to get divorced. But if you didn't consummate, then you go through 3 steps.
No,
Like,
you sign a piece of paper. That's how you
Yeah, I
get
don't-
divorced.
Yeah, I don't know how you can prove that in court unless you recorded it.
Did you consummate? Yeah, like.
I assume they tell the truth in court if they wanted the divorce.
No, dude. I mean, it's pretty much just you divorce, you sign some papers.
What
No
if
matter if you consummated or you butt consummated or you mouth consummated.
you hand? All right, so back to topic. Who we think we're gonna die? Who we think's gonna die?
Martell, not Martell. What the fuck is the
Marjorie.
What's her name?
Tyrell.
Tyrell, Martell, Tyrell. God damn it, Germ. You couldn't think of some more unique names? The Tyrell, the brother. What's his name?
Loris.
Loris. Loris is my third pick.
That's a good one. Okay, so I got the blonde girl. Definitely someone at the wall. I don't want to say Tormund. Because I think he's
yeah,
gonna live.
I thought about him, but yeah, I think Tormund's at least going to make it till mid-season, if not the end.
Who's Tormund?
The red
Like kind of
wild.
the head wildling.
Oh, okay,
Or-
okay.
The one that beat the shit out of the Lord of Bones.
Okay.
I think it's a safe bet that Melisandre will die within this season, but I don't think next season will. Next episode, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's what I meant.
I agree.
Whew, three people. Say Theon.
Theon. Do you mean Reek? Theon's already dead.
It's hard. I can't do 3. I can barely do 2.
Yeah, like everyone's already been named. Who I think will die.
Dude, like everybody dies in Game of Thrones.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
but
but next episode.
I'm not like Jaime and Cersei. They're pretty safe. I'm guessing.
But there's 300 characters to choose from. It's hard to choose 3 that maybe die.
Okay.
For me, it's
Owen
a
Marsh.
pool of what?
Wait, you both saw it at the same time.
Okay, you go first, Kurt.
Oh, I was just saying it's not like for me it's like a pool of 30 characters and at least half of them are in a state of immunity, I think right now.
Yeah, like I feel like a lot of characters won't die next episode.
Okay, like maybe not Cersei or Jamie, like not within the first 5 episodes of the season, but you still have
Do you
like
want to
support.
pull
You
like
have
a,
like
a season death pool?
you have like B list. Nah, I feel like that's too much. I feel like that's just too
Episode.
easy.
Fair enough.
But you have like your B list characters. You have Ed, Thorne,
See,
the
I don't remember any of these fuckers'
Martells.
names.
Ed
Yeah.
is the
Actually,
Jon Snow's right
uh,
hand man.
fucking the Knight of Roses. I can't remember his damn name.
We already said him.
Oh, well, shit.
You didn't put it in your calendar. That's how you forgot.
Gilly's baby. And Ramsey's dogs because they failed him.
You got the Winterfell storyline, the Wall storyline, the Martell storyline. Those are all in some conflict right now. The Marine storyline, Grey Worm could die. You know,
Well, okay, I think it's another thing.
Jorah.
Well, he's gonna die.
We didn't talk about Jorah, guys.
There's
I
not much to
mean,
talk to him about. All he did was find the magic ring.
Yeah, but he's on a new like CSI hunt with his buddy.
I
When he
mean, yeah,
leaned,
and
when
his
he leaned
infection
down,
like fucktupled in size.
when he leaned down to get the ring, he squatted in the grass and he picks it up. I was totally getting that CSI Miami feel. Like I feel like he needed to put on his shades and say like,
Echo
looks like,
pub.
yeah, looks like we're having a ringing good time. Yeah.
It looks like they're gonna put us through the ringer.
Yeah, that's how I was feeling, but
Oh god, I just have a thought. Oh yeah, when what's their names? Tyrion and Varys were walking through the city, and they happened upon the Red Priest. Were they talking about Dany being Azor Ahai?
I don't know. Wasn't paying attention.
Oh.
What is
I feel like what
Isn't that? It sounds familiar, but I can't remember.
It's the Red Priest champion, the Red God champion.
Okay, yeah, I remember. How was the Azor Ahai chosen?
by the Red God.
Like you know how they thought Stannis was Azor Ahai?
Yeah. Well, is it just like something you're born with?
Yeah, it's like the Red God's gonna choose you to defeat the White Walkers or something.
Okay.
You get the special red blade.
Lightbringer.
I think there's a game theorist video where he theorizes that Jorah is going to be the Azor Ahai.
Jorah.
Yeah, I can't remember all the evidence he used. It's been a long time since I've seen the video. But a lot of people were thinking it was going to be Jon, and then he kind of countered with Jorah.
No, dude, Jorah's totally gonna die.
I feel like Jorah hasn't even got close to like the wall. Like I feel like he's not even gonna make it there by the end of his character.
By the end of the season. 'Cause that's all he has left.
I don't really remember the points that were raised, but I just thought it was kind of interesting. One of the few things I remember about the Azor Ahai.
Jorah would not have been my vote.
Yeah, it was really out of left field.
I'm kind of interested in Dany being. I didn't even think about that. Like I always assumed it was gonna be a guy, but
It would be kind of cool. Makes sense. If she could get some kind of fire manipulating power, that'd be badass.
or you like these animals that can create fire.
Well, yeah, but she can't exactly control them.
Not now.
Well, I mean, even if they like become well trained, it'd be different if she has to summon one to breathe fire on someone as opposed to her just, I don't know, opening up her hand and having some kind of fire come out.
Yeah, but she can. She like trained the dragon. She can
I don't
tell him
think-
to shoot fire.
I don't think that's the Azor Ahai gets the ability to shoot fire from their hands. I think they just get a special like
Sword.
Sword.
I know, but I would like to imagine with her having the blood of the dragon that her gift would be upgraded.
She's the unburnt. But yeah, I
Oh,
mean, good Westeros Weekly, guys.
Oh, because everyone get their picks for who's gonna die in. Their
Did
Deadpools.
everybody? I think we did. I said the Martell boy. What's his name?
Loras Tyrell.
Loras Tyrell. Yeah, Tyrell. And then I said Ed, and then I said Thorn.
I'm piggybacking on your Loris choice. I feel like that's a really solid one. I don't want to steal a second character, but Ed's another great one too. But yeah, officially I'll just go down for Loris.
I'm saying the blonde girl in Bravos, the waif as they call her in the book. Bowen Marsh, who is one of the conspirators to kill John, and
Bone Marsh.
Arthur Yarwick, who is the other conspirator to kill John.
Didn't Kirk? Didn't you say Ollie?
Oh yeah, well that's me being hopeful. I don't think it's gonna happen, but
You gotta
I could
fucking
really
make a
drop
pick,
it.
dude. This isn't like a thing you're betting money on. Just make a pick.
Okay, so next episode, Ed goes to get Tormund. Tormund comes back. Ollie sees Tormund. He tries to kill him. Tormund kills Ollie.
Breaks his neck right in half.
What's that move called? DDT out of nowhere.
No, it's not DDT. It's
ROK.
RKO.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I know it.
I was thinking more of like picking him up and like dropping him on his like outstretched knee. You know what I mean? Like backbreaker on his knee. Ah!
He takes him up to the wall and just kind of casually pushes him off.
But thanks for watching.
Oh,
Catch
wait,
us
wait,
next
wait,
week.
wait. Yeah. Me and Palmer have to pick our movies, and also
Oh yeah.
before that, I looked it up, and if you do not consummate a marriage within 4 months, then one of the people that are married can ask for an annulment without having to get the other to agree. That's the little specialty.
Interesting.
Just like getting a divorce in a no-fault state. But it's an annulment instead of a divorce.
Anyway, pick your movies.
No Country for Old Men.
I've already seen that.
Oh, you have? Damn, I was really excited. What'd you think of it?
It was really, really good. I'd be down to watch it again.
Yeah, I
Sorry
haven't
if
seen it.
that
I haven't
breaks
seen it
the,
either.
I'll watch it again.
Alright, fair enough. So No Country for Old Men is my pick.
I'm gonna go with What's Eating Gilbert Grape.
Okay. No Country for Old Men, and What's Eating Gilbert Grape.
Is it Gilbert Great as in Alexander, or grape as in grape you in the mouth?
GRAPE.
As in, I'm gonna grape you in the mouth.
As in the grape van from Workaholics.
Alright. Catch us next time.